Good morning, podcast listeners and Graceland fans. This is Jose Arias, and I want to welcome you to my show, episode number 7. And in this episode, I'm going to review a book that I recently read called The King Killer Chronicles. It's a trilogy of books. The third series, the book hasn't come out yet, but the first 2 books are out. They're named In the Name of the Wind, and the second book is called The Wise Man's Fears. It's written by author Patrick Rothfuss, and it tells the story of an adventurer by the name of Quaff. Kvothe. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but Quaff is both an adventurer, a musician, a traveler, and an arcanist. They don't call wizards in this book. They're called arcanists, and they practice the art of sympathy, which is they manipulate the air and the metals and the earth around them to do magical things. And it's a fantastic series. It reminds me of Raceland because he's described as having pale skin, bright red hair, and very luminous green eyes, which change with the time. Every time you see him, the colors of his eyes change. So it's very similar and in dynamic, and it's like I said, a fantastic series. It's a quick read. I mean, it's a long book. They're both very long books, but you find yourself enraptured by the story, and you find yourself just totally engrossed in the world, and the world is known as Tamaran. And like I said, the first book, In the Name of the Wind, deals with Quaff's youth and admission to the university to become an arcanist. And the second book is called The Wise Man's Fears. It details his travels abroad during a sabbatical from the university. How he gained a patron, which is very important towards his continuing education. And how his relationship with a fairy by the name of Felurian, who has she's a dangerous character because she seduces men, and in her seduction, she drives men, either they become wild with insanity or they die. And Quaff is no ordinary character, so his interaction with her is very intriguing. And also is Quaff's training with the people called the Adem, who are militaristic in nature and mercenaries, and they teach this brand of martial arts. So Quaff becomes both a wizard and an acclaimed hand-to-hand fist fighter and martial artist. He's described as both intelligent, sarcastic, and he's known for his determination, willpower, and intelligence. So you can see why I follow a character like him, because it's just like Raceland. They're both known for their determination, their willpower, and their bright intelligence and their sarcasm. Like I said, it's at the university he learns how to manipulate sympathy. And at the university, they teach classes in math, algebra, geometry, sympathetic magic, medicine, alchemy, and sigiltry, which is a combination of runes, stones, and engineering. And pretty much, Quaff masters all these elements. The first book was a quick read, and if you like Harry Potter and the Harry Potter series, this is a more adult version of that series. This is more, it's about university and going to school and learning to become a wizard, and it's very similar to those series of books, but it's in no way a children's fantasy book. It's very adult, and it's told through an adult version of the Harry Potter series. So it's a great story. And like I said, one of the things that I said before is it's called the King Killer Chronicles. Quoth is known by 3 different names. During his time in school, he's known as Quoth the Bloodless One. When he graduates, he's known as Quoth the Arcane. And then in his last nickname, he's known as Quaff the King Killer. And we haven't gotten to the King Killer part yet. So I think that part of the story will be told in the final arc of the trilogy, The Doors of Stone, which has yet to be released. But I'm looking forward to it greatly to get to that part of the story. One of the things that struck me about the book was similar to I'm going into comics now. But one of the famous quotes in Spider-Man is that with great power comes great responsibility. In this book, with great power comes great insanity. So the more power you amass and the more power you attain and the more sympathy you learn, the more apt you are to become totally insane and lose your mind. So Quaff at the beginning of the story is he's telling the story to his autobiographer. This book is told in autobiography style. He's telling the story to a character known simply as a historian, and he's known in the beginning of the book as by another name, Coat, and he's a barkeep, basically bartending his own bar. So there's some theories out there that Coat and Quaff are two different characters, but I believe that Coat is actually Quaff, and that somehow Quaff during his adventures did something either highly heroic or highly evil, or somewhere in between, which caused him to totally leave behind the world of magic and adventuring, and become a quiet bartender and telling now he maybe who knows, he might be close to death and he wants to tell his story before he dies. That's the impression I got. That's the theory I have for it. Like I said, it's a great book, and one of the great things that you should know about this, it's been optioned by the Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda for a movie. So he's going to produce and maybe direct and star in it. So that would be amazing, because Lin-Manuel Miranda is a great artist, and I think a movie by him based on this character will be tremendous. So look out for that. Look out for that title, and look out for that book. I think it's going to be amazing. And that's the end of my podcast. I just wanted to make it short today. I highly recommend these books. In the Name of the Wind is the first part of the trilogy. Second part is called The Wise Man's Fears. It's a great read, very fast read. Don't be intimidated by the length of the stories. It's just an awesome book, and you will read it quickly. I read the books in about 2 weeks time. I downloaded it to my Kindle Fire, and I read them, and it was just a quick read, and I was totally engrossed by the story. If you're looking for adventure and action, there is adventure and action, but it's limited. It's not as action packed as most other fantasy books, but it's if you like stories about like determining your willpower and getting through with your intelligence, and a character who is great at everything, even though people look down on him, this is the book for you. And it's a fantastic story, and I'm intrigued by the mystery, and I want to know how Quaff, this arcanist, becomes Quaff, the king killer. I'm dying to know how that happens. Unfortunately, the author of the book, Patrick Rothfuss, has said that the manuscript is done and complete, but he has yet to release the book, and there is no release date set for the book to be released. So I'm breathlessly waiting the continuation of the trilogy to know what happens to the end of this story, and to find out how Quaff becomes Colt, the bartender, and what led him to become a barkeep when he was such a great adventurer, and such a at one point he becomes the greatest magician, or not magician, arcanist in this world. And it's a story of revenge. It's a story of there's some sexuality in it. There's martial arts, and there's great adventure, and there's a mystery, and it's also part detective story. So it's just a fantastic fantasy story arc. It's going to be done by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did Hamilton, and that makes me very excited, because Hamilton is a great show. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And that, like I said, check it out. Look out for that book. Leave me some comments if you like my podcast. Subscribe to YouTube or iTunes, and I'll see you next week. Live it up, live it up, live it up. I just wanted to cut in real quick. I did a quick video on my YouTube channel of different pictures of Raceland, and it's on my YouTube channel. There's 2 videos of it. You should check it out. There's all these different images of Raceland. Through the years, it shows him with Caraman. It shows him with the other adventurers in the trilogy, in the Chronicles. It shows him with his unrequited love, Christiana. I think you should check it out. It's a great video. It's fun. I made it online, and it's a set of pictures. Shout out to DeviantArt for providing the pictures. You should check out the pictures. It's on my YouTube channel. You'll really like it. Bye.
Live it up, live it up, live it up, live it up.